So I want to tell you a little bit about how an investigator like me ended up on a documentary that was featured on the BBC about the dangers of counterfeit cosmetics in the beauty industry. So stick with me. So a little while back, I got an email from a production company called The Connected Set out of UK. The email was a little bit fishy. It asked about if I was interested in being part of a television production that would be filmed in Los Angeles. I've gotten numerous emails and phone calls like this in the past, and these have never panned out. So I was a little bit skeptical to start. So first I did some research to figure out if it was a legitimate production company, which it was, everything checked out. Then they talked to me and had a couple of calls with the producers, and they talked about how we were gonna go down to Santee Alley in Los Angeles, and I was gonna be on camera talking about brands and counterfeiting and things to combat those, and then I was gonna wire up a couple of their talented influencers and send them undercover into the alley to see if they could buy some counterfeit goods. So I was a little bit concerned about the validity of the production, if it was gonna happen, and also how accurate it would be. It was a documentary after all, but I was a little bit skeptical. So things progressed, travel plans were set, and eventually we did travel up to Los Angeles. We met with the producers, the directors, the team. We spent about half the day filming, shooting, and talking about counterfeit products down in the Santee Alley, getting these influencers set up to go undercover. And it was a really, really fun production. BBC 3 in the UK is where it aired. And so I want to share with you a little bit about the clips from episode 2, where I was featured, and it was a great fun success. So let's take a look.
As we've seen firsthand, the beauty industry can hide behind its really glossy PR image. But one of the biggest threats to that brand image and their profits is counterfeit products.
I know when I was like in my teenage years, I bought some makeup on Facebook, which I reckon was fake now. I feel like it's actually a much bigger issue than we realise.
Chloe and I have both bought counterfeit makeup in the past, so today we're meeting up with a private investigator who works with these big brands to get these products off the streets.
Going undercover today, I just can't wait to kind of be like a wee woman in the police just going and being like,
So not everyone can afford, obviously, the high-end and more expensive brands, so I definitely can see where people would be tempted to buy counterfeit makeup. I can totally understand why big companies do work hand in hand with the police, because at the end of the day, they just want to protect their business and their profits.
Hey girls.
Hey!
How's it going?
Yeah.
what exactly is it that you do then?
Our job is working with brand owners. Usually the brands contact because they've gotten a tip or they heard about issues in the area.
Which type of brands have you worked with so far?
We've worked with brands like L'Oreal and Chanel and MAC. Most of our clients are not interested in the sellers. They want to get to the distributors and the people that they're buying from. Once we authenticate the goods as counterfeit, we'll go back with a letter called a cease and desist letter. We use that as leverage to try and get that retailer who's selling counterfeit goods to tell us where they're getting the product from. So we're going to send you girls undercover. I'm going to get you guys geared up with cameras. Once you get out there, act normal. You guys obviously blend in very well. That's why we picked you to go undercover down here. Ask them to show you around. And the more you ask for the person's help and you play dumb, the more information they're going to give you. Go.
Thank you.
Do your best to kind of make sure we get some good photos of the actual product. Look for any kind of misspellings or information on the packaging that looks a little bit off. Any questions?
No, I'm excited.
Great, get it done.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh my god, the James Charles palette? Yeah.
It's the same.
Okay.
But this is a copy, this is original.
Oh, okay.
How much is this one?
25.
How much is this one?
20.
Oh, so just $5 different.
Yeah, that's all.
I want to get something fancy.
I only have the jug in your palette.
Could I get this one?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, thank you. $90.
That's done.
Thank you.
So what'd you guys find?
All the big brands were there. We got
Kylie Cosmetics.
Wow.
James Charles.
Yeah, and I have this palette at home.
So as someone that's in the space, what do you think of the product? What does it look like?
You can tell by looking at it, it's fake. You know, look at that image on the back.
Yep.
But like, not everyone would know that.
They claim to have the real one for an extra $5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they told you the real one's an extra $5, so they're pretty much telling you this is not the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were 3 items for like $10, when in a normal world, like 3 items would literally cost you like $60.
Look at how this one's filled. Look at, there's something wrong
It's
with
like
that.
separating.
Yeah, so what we will do is we will tag all the evidence so we can proceed with enforcement. Great work, guys.
Most times counterfeit makeup is so ridiculously cheap, and it does make you kind of wonder like what's actually inside of them. Maybe they've been made in wee dodgy factories and have dodgy ingredients in them perhaps.
Counterfeit products cost the beauty industry around $75 million a year, so I can see why they hire investigators like Tim. But I want to know if they're just protecting their profits or if there's any risk to the consumers that buy these counterfeits.
When you get involved with productions like this, you have very little say-so in the creative and objective and the narrative and the factual content that's going on, because they definitely had an angle they were trying to pursue. But this was a very fun production. They found me through my video production on YouTube, my investigative work, working with intellectual property and brand owners over the years. And all in all, it was a great production that ended up working out really well, and I'm glad I could share it with you. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I look forward to connecting with you.